Hello.
Hey, ET.
Hey,
How
what's
you
up, lady?
doing?
Happy
Liz,
New Year's.
pushing through. Excited about this new year.
Yes, ma'am.
How you
What?
doing?
Baby, I'm loving life, living in my spirit.
I know that's right. Okay. I tell you, has there
How
been
about
a
you?
paradigm shift since the accident? Like, has there been any enlightenment where it's just been like, wow, it's short, or like you about at the same place
To my since the accident of that I was in, that I was
that
almost
you
in.
witnessed? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Even that. Funny enough, I was talking to someone about it yesterday. Um, and one of my nieces, she was like, I wasn't even in it, but just looking at the photos, she was having trauma, So
Yeah.
coming to lights and whatnot. Can you hear me? Am
Yeah.
I here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Um, but yes, I mean, I guess it's always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
That we do take life too easy, a lot of us, and but just looking at the guys from 1 minute to the next, it was that quick, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
So that's how things can change for us in a good way,
Mm-hmm.
but also in a dangerous way, as we saw, you know.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, it's like I guess that's why I live my life. Celebrate
Mhm.
your birthday every day. You
Yeah.
never know. Tomorrow's not promised to no one. But what is promised to us is even birth is not promised to us, but
Mm-hmm.
death is. No one
Mm-hmm.
is life alive. No one.
No, right.
You know. But the weirdest thing is because I did so much work on myself over the years,
Hmm.
peace, calmness was still over me.
Yeah.
Uh, and definitely pray for the family that was involved. But all of us, I mean, we don't even need the accident to see that. We can see what's going
Right.
with ICE. We can see what's going on with politics within, you
Yeah.
know. Um, so I guess for that, time seize a moment. Don't matter
Hmm.
how bad things go. Look, even this morning I was on calls with London,
Hmm.
to London all day. My friend Mark, who's part of Club Mix with me. Ready Player is one of the things that we use for our avatars. And he just got a message this morning like, oh, they changed it. They sold everything to Netflix.
Oh
And now we got to
no.
recreate the avatars. And we were supposed to launch Saturday, this past
Hmm.
Saturday,
Hmm.
but that halted it. So that's what I mean. No matter what is cemented, nothing is guaranteed. You got to
No,
always
right.
wake up and push it. I,
Yeah.
people, this is not the typical entrepreneur type of season that we're in. It's not
Right.
like anything before 2019, 2020, baby, we're in a whole new world.
That
Whole
is
new.
a fact. Everything is different. Everything has changed. And it hasn't
Hmm.
been quite slow as people think. It's been pretty instant. The catch up, the download to
Yes,
actually what's going on has been, I think, coming in layers, but for the most part, it's been consistently showing us it's a new world.
yes. New
Yeah.
world, new day, new season, but old mentality, old ways of being are still lingering. So one of the hardest thing to die to in the physical is dying to
Mhm.
yourself, dying
Right.
to your old way of being, and this is not even making New Year's resolutions.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
is really saying goodbye to a lot of the old things, habits, and moving forward.
Yeah.
Uh,
So how many
we,
years did you all have invested on that project? I'm going to close this so I can see better. Um,
okay,
so there's not so much of a
Glare.
yeah. So how many years did you all have invested into that project?
Well, Club Mixing itself started with D-ROM, which what it used to be called when we were just streaming platform, um, and that started in 2007. So we pushing up to 20 years on that
Wow.
alone,
Yeah.
just distributing music, digitally. And the last 5 years, 6 years now, we started with the VR content, creating that and being independent, doing it. And we crazy enough, even still, that's why I'm still good in the area that we're in, we're still leading in what we do, even though we're quiet, we're smaller, but we get to work with giants like Meta. They
Mhm.
got us on their radar. We're still working a lot with them. So the last 5 years is bringing up the VR portion of this.
Hmm.
Um, so, whew, but I'm happy because we know what's around the corner for us. And the last year, it's been amazing. Last 6 months has been great.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
and what we see and what we do, because we don't put out certain things until we know.
Yeah.
That's another thing that helps. Because at the end of the day, if nobody know what you're doing, there's nobody to bother you. The
Right.
moment you have issues and when you fully come out, and you got to keep that pressure, you got to keep that on. So we don't even have that stress on us. We don't have
Right.
that. But yeah, it's a process, and even with the communities, the common sense communities that you know of,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's been also 5 years, but more really hitting it. Yeah, about 4 years, I would
Hmm.
say. But it comes with it, and like you say, even though it look like it's slow, it's going fast. Like I said, even in
Absolutely.
the AI changed a lot for us. Well, we used to wait 6 months to 8 months to get something finished digitally.
Hmm.
Now we can do these things in 2 or 3 days, and
Wow.
so the turnaround, where we was leading the packs on a lot of things or making our own path. Now with that happening, like I said, there's a lot of people afraid of AI, but for developers and people like us, it's a godsend in another way, because the
Right.
pieces that we work on, people don't know about it yet. They don't know certain things, but we are another catalyst to that. So with the
Hmm.
people with AI, for what we do, it's going to benefit them as well. Just keeping yourself humble enough to
Yeah.
know that we're only a dot in this world. We're
Hmm.
not trying to be the exclamation point. We're not trying to shout and be loud.
Hmm.
Every sentence that means anything has a period at the end,
Right.
unless it has to
Ooh.
do anything
You
so
better go
loud.
ahead. Now, I never thought about it like that, but that's powerful. Yeah.
you
Any
know,
sentence that means anything has a period at the end.
yes, you
Yeah.
don't see really loud quotes or anything that has an
Hmm.
exclamation point. Those are just
Right.
loud people, you know, making
Hmm.
a lot of noise, but an empty wagon with a lot of rocks in it.
Right. Right.
You
So
know.
what's the pivot look like? Are you all starting from scratch? You're still using the same technology, but in a different way? What are you going to tell us about where you are now and what the pivot is, what that looks like?
Well, and since it's so fresh, I guess this is the best time to do it. You got to be able to pivot and know your base and know your network. And
Hmm.
one of my things always been, even to my partners, I'm a strong believer in doing things in house. So I don't care about giving up percentages of this or that or bringing in the worth. As long as you got your worth and you build with us, we build. I
Hmm.
have zero qualms about it. But being small companies and working this way, that's what we're working on now. That's actually the movement. And crazy enough, 2 days prior to us finding out this news, in which I think a lot of people are going to wake up to who's in this field, I had a couple of talks with other people who deal with AI or deal with different components. And
Hmm.
that was already kind of reached out. And just before your call, someone had sent me a message, also from India. So we partner with these people that takes away that burden. They
Right.
fill that
Right.
spot. And that's now building everything in house. Every creators out here today, anybody that think they working on something that's going to be the next best thing, forget about it. Partner, work together.
Mm. Yeah.
Work with people who understand social media. Work with people who understand new content coming in. People like yourself working with companies like me. These are the kind of partnerships people need to make. Forget about the short money you think you're going to make in the interim. Keep that going. Keep it going to keep
Right.
them small bills going.
Hmm.
But if independent companies do not start to consolidate and come together and do like the majors are doing, as you see, that's well, Ready Player One got bought out
Right.
by Netflix. A lot of social media getting bought out because they trying to strangle that industry because they knew AI leveraged the playing field. So the
Hmm.
guy with the billions and billions, they got billions, but they partner. And the power is in us little people. We are those. And at the end of the day, we stop doing content and we focus that on the new platforms coming out. What can they do?
Right.
You
Right.
know? And yes, we are aware that people can come and say, hey, we're going to offer you guys a couple of billion for this and take it. Go ahead. You
Hmm.
can't take the IP that's inside of me, you
Right.
know?
Right.
No, take it. We got way more to create.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's the thing. And I think that's going to be the push. I just talking about it this morning. I have a few other partners who got their own platforms, And I've been reaching out to most of them, say, look, we need to start partnering. We need to
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and align, and we work with creatives, work with people with ideas. That's one of the push that we're doing for this year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have anything of value in your own company, get with it. And what we're looking at, and I'm not so much of a fan of trying to, I mean, I think I stopped that probably a few years ago, looking
Mm-hmm.
for venture capitalists, looking for people with the money, blah, blah, blah. No. If, like for you and me, for example, if I say, listen, NFTs, tech companies, buy a portion, that could be $100, $50, but you
Mm-hmm.
have an increment, fractions within this company. And that way, as the company grows, you grow, just like any other cryptocurrency. The difference between us and everyone else, I believe in tangible products that go with
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So with the things that we're doing and giving people that leverage to say, look, we just work together. You're gonna have to build more. But it's now an ecosystem that is now people actually see it because of NFTs, because of AI, because of other things,
Mm-hmm.
and they still not really tapped into it. Like
Right.
there's only a few people that's actually selling music with NFTs, and with
Mm-hmm.
that, you own, part of that music going up. And so for me, I was talking to my partner about it. I said, well, we can do this with NFTs with music, integrate everything else. So I have other things that I'm integrating with that as far as fashion goes,
Yeah.
our companies, and I think other companies should do the same. Your company,
Mm-hmm.
turn your company to an NFT. Allow the people who love you and appreciate what you do, let them benefit from that.
Now,
And by
ET,
linking with that, yeah, go
could
ahead.
you tell us a little bit about NFTs for those who aren't familiar and just cryptocurrency? A lot of us have heard cryptocurrency, so we've heard the word, we've heard the term.
Hmm.
NFTs, heard the term, but what exactly in a high level, fashion, can you tell us about what that is and how people who are everyday folk can get involved and learn more about that?
Yeah. Um, like even what I do, non-fungible tokens, it's like Tory Lane's actually the one who really popularizes when people need to go look at Tory Lanez.
Hmm.
What he did when he came with the idea, say, look, I'm going to turn my album, I'm going to sell it as NFT instead of doing the regular distribution.
Yeah.
He set it up, did it in 1 hour, and made $1 million off that one album. And the people who bought it has a fraction. You buying fractions of that, right? So
Okay.
now, let's say if they bought it $20, a dollar, whatever. So I think it was a dollar maybe.
Hmm.
And by the time that album started to sell, it could be worth 100. The tokens, the NFTs. You can do art, you can do music, you can do anything.
Okay.
Uh,
So is
okay.
token equivalent to like a share of stock? Is it like a portion of,
Yeah,
so an NFT would be like a mutual fund, so to speak, like a basket, a broad range. And then a
it is.
token would be like a slice, a share, a piece.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And so distribution for his album, instead of it running through the proper channels, it went through
Oh no, no, it's gonna
what?
go through the proper channels. You're gonna
Oh,
stream
okay.
it. You're gonna get it streamed. You're gonna get it through those portals. And
Hmm.
let's say even like our platform Club Mix, we load it up on our platform, and we are the distribution that sends it out to iTunes, Spotify, so forth and so on. But now
Okay.
what people are seeing, even if you push it that way, your stream got to be like a million and something to get a couple of dollars.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying that people need to start to, if you don't know any of these keywords, look them up,
Okay.
research them.
Hmm.
That's where the chat is just as good for that. Google is good for that.
Yeah.
Look those things up, see how it compatible or relates to what you're doing. You can sell your book, you can sell anything,
Hmm.
literally. So, but it's also direct sales, and setting up these other platforms will enable that to go even better. So it's not necessarily new, but it
Hmm.
is new to most people, like you're saying. Uh, and let's say it's the blockchain itself that sits on.
Okay.
So it's a contract between me and you, me and the users, and we don't have nothing else to pretty much worry about. They smart contracts as well. So without getting too technical about it, that's what I mean. Once you do that research on it, it'll give you that breakdown of
Hmm.
most of those without confusing people too much. And blockchain was more, not blockchain, I'm sorry, Bitcoin and other currencies, Dogecoin. They're based on hype. Whoever rich put those things out, people think they're going to get rich quick. And
Right.
that's a big problem. Stop thinking you're gonna get rich quick.
Mm-hmm.
Happiness do not come fast. Happiness is a long awaited journey.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom is not free. People
Mm-hmm.
want freedom, but when they get caught up, you buying things that you possibly don't need. You getting AI things that you don't need as well.
Right.
So it's valuable to do that research and not taking, let's say, an Instagram post, somebody saying something about it really quick, and people, their attention just goes.
Yeah, they used to call it
So
pump and dump in the stock world. You pump it up and then
yeah,
dump it out. And so cryptocurrency, NFTs fall under. So cryptocurrency would be like the huge umbrella, and then
yes,
NFTs, which are multiple different types, right? For different industries,
right.
I would imagine they fall right under that. And then the blockchain supports the foundation of it all. Is that right?
Yes, yes. The
Okay.
blockchain is that catalyst to keep the smart contracts in. So nobody really, it's not regulated between governments or people, but more the users itself, and
Okay.
it's safe in that way. But I think because AI is out, again, there's pros and cons to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Being authentic in what you're doing today is more important than social media. I don't care what they throw out now because you don't know who it is, what it is.
Right.
So seeing and hearing things when it goes bad, that's what you want. When
Mm-hmm.
you're confident saying, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we're dealing with, that's a company you might want to look at. If their followers are not as large as some of these other fake numbers, look at those companies with low numbers. That's going to be the thing, mark my word. That's going to be the thing coming that you see people like, oh, he don't have that many followers. That's the person.
You know what? I heard someone say a while ago, just because things are big doesn't mean that it's growing. It could just be bloated. And
Big
I
time.
thought, wow, you know what? You're
Big
saying
time.
something. Yeah, yeah.
Big time.
So yeah, that
Because, you know,
authenticity is definitely the season we're in.
authenticity is the new sexy. I did a song
Hmm.
like that on AI actually. And so that's the other thing with it. I mean, with our platform, you can do it. Write your lyrics, load
Hmm.
it up on our platform, make you another digital twin. And people are so afraid of AI singers. I have real singers in my life. So if I
Hmm.
do take some of my lyrics, convert it into AI, I'm still gonna have one of my regular guys to sing it. Or
Right.
I still may use AI. Depends
Hmm.
on if I'm working on a film or characters, why do I need something else? I mean, that's what Disney does. That's what the Lion
Yeah.
King was, and they still won contracts and I mean Grammys and so forth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So why should that be any different from this? People need to use their imagination and stop being lazy with it. And this is only enhancing what you do. And
Our imagination is really a form of currency that's underused.
yes,
And so
yes,
I think the world that we're going into and the world that we're now in, those who are creative will be the tastemakers, so to speak, because
yes.
you cannot fake creativity or
Mhm.
imagination. And so it's exciting times that we're in.
Yes, that's the real wealth. Like I said to anybody, like I think we talked about it before. What is the most valuable property you have? And
Mhm.
some people are caught up into material things. They'll say their car, their house, or even their land, and it's not. The most
Right.
valuable, the most valuable asset on the planet is still what's between your ears.
Hmm.
Intellectual property. Intellectual property trumps everything.
Yeah.
You even without the large backings, even like I said, the 20 years of developing, working, moving, we dump our money back into our company, but we did it on our own human power.
Hmm.
So the human power is more important to me than trying to say, I'm trying to be the biggest guru. I'm trying to be the biggest this or that. Just be human.
Right.
Just
Right.
be,
Hmm.
and those things going to continue to win. Never been afraid of AI. We created it. With a lot of the people who are doing it with the input, whether it's poems, songs, whatever. Somebody did it,
Hmm.
and they still going to need our help, whether I have to input a prompt or not. And it's not necessarily even taking creators' jobs, but it is
Right.
taking the jobs from lawyers, from accountants. It's
Hmm.
taking jobs that people won't expect. I'm not worried
Right.
about a guitar player or a pianist or somebody else losing out. People want real at the end of the day.
Hmm.
And of course, I'm one of the creators of VR and
Right.
within our what we're dealing with. So I know it's another form of it, not even just escape, but just enjoyment, pleasure.
Hmm.
So we take those two worlds and we put those two worlds together. Same as above, so is below. So
Right.
with the physical houses, physical things, we make digital twins of those events. And all I'm saying to anybody, if I can do it, you can do it. You can do everything. Now, the only difference between me saying it, I built a platform to do it. We're still
Mm-hmm.
here. So people can talk about it, and those are the people you need to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
They're already limited. You know, they're already going to be dinosaurs in this life that we're looking at. This is a whole nother world. So
Mm-hmm.
there's new humans with new ideas, and the same ones who still chasing the old. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But and people ain't going anywhere either. We're just gonna be there's gonna be some more broke people, some more successful people, a lot of lost people, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
guessing people, a lot of wondering people, and a lot of people who ain't gonna move or do nothing. And then there's people like us who
Bless.
always see it, right? We
Right.
here.
The visionaries.
Yes. And there's the visionaries, there's entrepreneurs, and there's the
Mm-hmm.
pioneers. And like I
Yeah.
told my partner, I said, we're getting out of the pioneer stage because pioneering will keep you also, which is not always a good thing because you can't stay frozen. You
Mm-hmm.
can't stay stuck, because you're still creating paths, but it's not leading to a road or a real destination.
That's a fact.
So being real with yourself and being 1,000 checked in. Don't
Yeah.
check in with everybody else. Check in with you every morning.
Mm-hmm.
You got to check in with you. Keep that mindset in check. And you see me on, I don't have too many people around me, but it's the
Right.
same thing on social media. I don't have too many people around. I research, I look, dive into. So, and that's what gravitates towards me. That's what I
Yeah.
put out. So when you put out those frequencies and you're going to start to see the frequency happen, we're just like AI. I mean, AI is just like us.
Right. Right.
This ain't nothing but a whole computer operating system, the
Mm-hmm.
whole board, the whole thing in us.
Right.
So, that's what we're dealing with. And that again, going back, I guess that pivot is just that. Reaching back into your database, what do we have? Let's go. And don't panic. There's nothing to
Right.
panic about. And so that's already been a thing within the first hour. That's what we was talking about. So we already did our pivot and without even sending an email, two
Yeah.
came through like, okay, how can we go ahead and help with this call? Let's go get you. I was like, okay, let me go with it. Let me
Yeah.
check them out and see. And this
Mhm.
is a company out of India.
Okay.
So I'm probably on the phone at 4 o'clock in the morning, hitting London first, Mexico at 10, San Francisco we do later on about 3.
Mhm.
India could pop back up about 11. So I'm around the world already before I
Yeah.
even hit 9 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
you're only limited to your mindset.
And
Hmm.
so are you all focusing now in the pivot more on VR, virtual reality, as opposed to pioneering the I guess abstract
Yeah.
space, so to speak, or where are you all with that?
What you mean now on
So I know
the
that virtual
hardware?
reality is one part that you really embrace
Yes.
heavily, and that's in part due to the connection to Meta and things like that.
Hmm.
And so, where do you see virtual reality going here in the next 6 months or to a year? Because I think people are going to start living inside of virtual worlds, so to speak.
Yes. Well, we saw that last week. People saw it. People are watching like they always do. And
Hmm.
these are people in the industry, whether it's sponsors or whatever. The latest developments that they saw coming up, they were like, "Hey, we ready. Sponsorships, different things. Like we see what you guys are doing, waiting for this next drop and so forth. Because they do see it. And
Hmm.
that's a thing. I think where we incorporate the marketing aspect, the sales of it, whether it's taking clubs, putting those in the metaverse, people are seeing it because they saw the decline in people
Hmm.
going to clubs.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and if you can throw a house party and you can put that house party in the metaverse, why not? And now you also able to sell your products through that. They didn't understand the mechanics and how it worked. That's why a lot of the things we're doing, they're like examples of
Hmm.
this is what you can do with it. This is how this roll out. So we saw that in the last 2 months now. Like I said, it's just kind of circling around. But
Right.
last week, I think they came back, and that's when they was talking to my partner about it. People are starting to embrace it. The sales of VR headgears, I don't know what mine is right now, but the VR headgears trump for the first time this past Christmas season,
Hmm.
PlayStations.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and that's big for us. So the more
Hmm.
game console that's out is great. And the other pivot is because of AI, we don't necessarily have to rely only on the VR aspects of it.
Okay.
So even the 360 cameras, you can use your telephone to stream live and be in VR.
Right.
So with the hardware, coming out because we're like the programmers and the software, the apps. Then you have the other component where the people who make the glasses or the headgear space.
Sure.
So, and they need people like us who get the content, who go out and get the people and so forth. So it's a working engagement. And that's
Mm-hmm.
going to be one of the next things that we're looking at is incorporating. It's not that we try to get into these spaces of owning our own headgear, but the partnerships are good. But we saw what happens with that. If
Right.
someone coming off of these people a big bag of money, they're going to go.
Sure.
But if we turn around now and saying, okay, well, we don't want to be in that, but we just saw it
Right.
happen
Right.
in it, we're seeing it in real time. So where we might be 5 years and 10 years out in development, that's the way we work. Because now we get to see things that already happened, things that's actually still happening,
Mm-hmm.
while most people are waiting. There's
Right.
no time to wait. You can't wait till next year. You can't even wait
Mm-hmm.
till next week.
Right.
Tomorrow, some things are changing. That's how
Yeah.
fast it's going.
Right.
That's how fast, and I was saying this already 2 years ago. If you're gonna wait to 2027, that wait is over. It's too late.
Right. Yeah.
So I see the explosion there, and like you're saying, because either people won't be able to afford concerts because the
Mm.
tickets are crazy. It levels the playing field.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and see some of these things, yes, they're gonna have to change their model. At the end of the
True.
day, AI, VR, and now other companies merging together, little companies like all of us, that's the
Mm-hmm.
mindset that also need to change. So it's not going to take just us, one company doing it. It's going to
Right.
take everyone in this sphere to understand that the money is coming short, no matter how people are getting it. I don't care what you have. If
Mm-hmm.
certain people not investing a certain way, we are going to lose out.
Right.
So don't hold them to 100%. 100% of nothing is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
75, 50, 25%, it's still something.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, everything that you're saying right now, literally, when I'm telling you it just happened, it just
Yeah.
happened.
Hot off the
Just happened.
press.
It is crazy. Yeah, it was just, it's wild.
Right.
So, I
Right.
mean, even these type of talks, what you need to do, and I
Mm-hmm.
will point people in your direction, keep this up, bring in people like this,
Yeah.
and keep these conversations going because I'm telling you, it's going to be that thing. You're going to see it. They're going to keep happening.
Well, I'm
So,
excited. I'm thankful for your time and that we were able to meet. You kind of catching us up a little bit. It sounds exciting, quite frankly, because we're behind the scenes and on the verge of some new developments. So to continue to watch your journey and have conversations with you, I think is insightful and helpful to us all, actually.
yes, yes. And that's what I was hoping we had talked last week, but now I'm glad we didn't because of what happened.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But in a way, I still, no matter the good or bad, that's the piece that we've been working up towards. You and I talked about it several times, but we
Hmm.
expect this. You need to see the good and the bad, what's happening in real time.
Right,
And I don't even care if it's once a week, twice a week, whatever it takes.
right.
You need this update. Give them that
Yeah.
15 minutes. Throw it out there because I'm telling you, that's where we are. If we're not doing this now, and you keep thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna wait till this is better. I'm gonna
Right, right. No, 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 no. I agree with you.
wait.
Hey, that's part of authenticity. It has to
Yes,
be in real time because the journey happens so quick. You look back and then years have passed for myself even, and I've got all this content, all of these things, and it hasn't even reached, I haven't even put it out yet. So I
yes,
think not overthinking and in real time having real conversations like this, where
yes,
we're seeing it come together is going to be a powerful thing now
yes,
more than ever. So let's stay in
yes,
touch and do this again, maybe in 2 or 3 weeks, and kind of go from there. And
yes,
so. You all have been sitting and watching E.T. Stone, who is a visionary in his own right and a pioneer in many ways. I'm Latasha Elliott. E.T., anything else you want to say?
no, I mean, it's a new year. We just started. This is just
Truly,
starting.
truly.
So we're not even close. I mean, you know what I mean? This is just starting, and
Hmm.
it's gonna be a wild ride. Just stay focused, stay
Definitely.
grinding, and keep the frequency wide open. And stay authentic, baby. Stay you.
Right,
I'm telling you,
right.
that's the thing that's gonna win. And any
Yeah.
and everybody listening to you, stay informed. Latasha got it. You the truth.
All blessed. Thank you so much, ET. Well, I will
All
be
right,
in
love.
touch and we'll go from there.
Yes. Okay.